what they said during those cold, long winters with the family.
And by sliding into it, I don't mean my sister. And and that's how we're gonna
What a
start
great way to
this
start.
with a nice awkward
Right.
beginning. Hey everybody, this is Pow-wow stream number 16, the late night Farmhouse.
No.
With me today is Dale Hazed.
Yo, and hello.
Why does the Canadian get top billing? What the fuck? Man?
I was just gonna say, and with me as always is the hate camel.
Because otherwise you wouldn't be abused.
I'm telling you, man, you need to get that hashtag going.
Oh. Yes, we are, Chuck.
Hey, Terry. Hey, Chuck.
You are
Hey,
you
boys.
are ruffling my
Perceptive.
creative feathers, sir. Yeah, so how are you guys doing today?
I just got off work, so a little tired, but we're finally getting all that cold weather shit that you guys were complaining about. What, last week?
We still have it.
Yeah, well, ours is just rain at this point, so.
Although it's slowly going away, and then it's going to turn into single-digit weather pretty soon.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah, last week I had people bitching about the heat. This week, oh, I wish this rain would stop. It just fucking started, man.
Right?
Like, have you not lived here long?
People
Yeah.
just like to bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. Fuck, it's always the same up here in Canada, man. Fucking all fucking 20 months of winter, everyone's complaining, I can't wait for summer. It's so fucking cold outside. Fucking first day of spring. Oh, it's so fucking hot outside. Bitch, it's only the first day of the first spring. We got at least 3 more to go through before we get to summer.
I live in Oklahoma. We can have 3 seasons in one day, and people will bitch about each and every one of them.
Oh yeah.
And to check to see when the weather is tomorrow. Hey Terry, how warm is it over there? And
Just waiting on that delay.
I think you guys got a decent delay set up for this one. It's just a matter of how long it takes them to type it. There you go. Oh, what? Celsius? What the fuck?
make me pull out the.
Math.
Hey Cynic, how's it going?
Hold on. Okay, Google. What is 17 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
It's 62.6.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, what is it in the proper?
Thanks, Google. You can't. You were too slow, you fucking piece of shit. Bye-bye. Sit there, ask me how you can help when I already asked the question. Fuck off.
Yeah, so got a couple interesting news stories, and not much to pillage from the scraps that is MSS News. And there's your message that you sent me to let you in.
Yeah, I sent it like across 3 different platforms.
We will.
You weren't on Discord, otherwise I would have sent it there too.
I am not actually on Discord right now.
I know, that's why I didn't send it there.
We will be checking Indians.com as we have neglected that website for a while.
Did you get a chance to watch the? Was this was a town hall?
Yeah,
This wasn't a debate. This was a town hall.
This is the LGBTQ town hall.
See, I missed that. I also missed the season premiere of Supernatural tonight. I gotta catch that tomorrow.
Oh, it's
No spoilers.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not that evil.
Don't make me drive to Canada.
Well, if that's all it takes, then well. Insert spoilers here because I have a dick and I just want you to drive the camera for the fun of it. So I'm gonna just spoilers here right now. I hope you got that.
Dude, if I gotta cross the border, I'm beating some snow Mexican ass. That's all I'm saying.
I can point. I got a few suggestions. One of them's been known to wear blackface.
I'll end up in front of one of your human rights tribunals quick fast.
Human rights in Canada. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through Twitter and all I'm seeing is, like, still a few people talking about the NBA, which I really don't care. Who I don't know anybody that watches the NBA anymore. Like I had one friend, he was real big on it, and that was it. But I couldn't care less, man. I don't care about professional sports. Show me like college sports, like college basketball, college football. Those kids are doing it for free, and they actually hustle. But
ooh, there's an interesting one.
A few of my porn stars are still posting this late in the evening. Good for them.
So let's look up if I can the town hall. I just showed De La Haye a video a little bit ago of a protester that was one of the two apparent 9-year-old transgender kids apparently was marched out in front of camera.
I'm sorry, did you say 9-year-old transgender kid?
Yes, I did.
Welcome to 2019, pal.
And we will start with this photograph.
Nine-year-old transgender kid. I guess this is as good a time as any to start drinking.
I'm jealous.
Don't be. It doesn't have alcohol in it.
Doesn't matter. I think I can hear a cigarette, or I did hear a cigarette. That's all I'm jealous of, anyways.
Yeah, Cam can't handle the fire water like he used to. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was wondering how I was going to handle getting back into moonshine if I ever get back to where I can actually sit back and relax and enjoy a drink.
Hey man, I'll sip on a little apple pie. I don't mind that.
It's the stuff I have is good stuff, so that I usually get. Not that I have.
Yeah, when I first tried moonshine, I was under the impression like it was, the shit that you strip, engines with or something. No, it was real smooth. It was nice.
Well, it's not to be mistaken for the stuff that Poisoning the Well makes. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, here it's actually not illegal to own a still, and to make moonshine, it's also not illegal. You can't have in your possession anything more than 5 gallons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's never illegal until you get caught. So, I mean, I could say the same about down here.
There you go.
What the fuzz don't know won't hurt you is all I'm saying.
He ain't wrong.
I thought it was funny. I actually asked a cop that one time. I was like, man, like, anyone ever actually call you a pig? He's like, not to my face. It's like, fair enough. He's like, why? I was like, 'cause I never really liked the idea of calling cops pigs. It just didn't, I prefer to call you guys like the fuzz. He's like, the fuzz? I was like, yeah, man. I get all my slang from the 1940s. What's the matter with you?
Old timey gangster talk.
Hey, man, I still use phrases like the cat's pajamas, the bee's knees.
Mm-hmm.
Never went out of style with me.
I don't think I've ever seriously said that and meant it. It's
Well, I don't go like Polly and get all pedantic with it. It's the peak in feline sleepwear. No, man, it's the cat's pajamas. Why are you trying to confuse people? But yeah, I like that look on people's face, like I never heard before. Like, what? It's the cat's pajamas, man. And then they just keep staring at you like, what? It's the bee's knees.
actually I have used the bee's knees to someone who was vastly older than I was. Peak and feline sleepwear is funnier though. Did I miss something there?
Oh, that's how Polly phrased it one time, saying the cat's pajamas. He said it was the peak in feline sleepwear. Instead of actually saying it's the cat's pajamas.
Mind your beeswax. Yeah, I still use that one.
Oh, hell yeah. That never goes out of style.
I just get straight to the point so people mind their own fucking business.
See, that takes too much fucking effort because it's too many fucking words, and they're not worth it in my books.
Well, you gotta get some bass in your voice, and you gotta say it like you mean it. Then it's worth it.
No, I'm not saying that it's not worth it. I'm saying they're not worth it. Not worth my effort because I'd be hard pressed to find someone who is.
No, someone did ask me the question, and I asked them if they were the mayor, and they just kind of gave me this puzzled look, like, well, mayor, and I go, yeah, I've none of your business.
No. If somebody starts to ask me questions like, "You writing a book? You a fucking cop? What's with the questions?"
Sorry, am I applying for a job here? What's the fuck an interview for?
Well, and then I walk into my I walked into my night job, and one of the first things one of the staff asked me is, how do I torrent something? And I go, what are you wearing, a wire?
Lift up your shirt, man.
Like, I'm gonna have to check the rain gutters and shit like that. Make sure there's no cameras.
Yeah. Take like pictures of all the windows with an infrared filter on. Make sure there aren't any of those like parabolic microphones pointed at them.
Make sure there's no unmarked van parked a block and a half away.
Now, my favorite is like I'll be at work and every now and then you got to relieve yourself. You got to go to the bathroom, the wash closet, as they say in old Europe. And I'll be in there, and it never fails, man. Somebody always ends up knocking on the door. We just got the one bathroom. So I've decided to start having fun with it. My go-to phrase now is whenever someone knocks, I just yell, "Come back with a warrant." And I just imagine the befuddled expression on the other end of the door.
Now there's that actually kind of also reminds me, Ninja's tweet about not wanting to use the middle stall.
What now?
Middle stall? It's a stall.
Yeah.
There's walls and a door. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Who gives a fuck?
Well, no, he's I'll have to look it up because it sounded like he said he never wanted to use the middle stall or for some shit. I don't know. I really do have to look it up.
What is the middle stall like where the glory hole is? What's going on here?
Well, apparently
I mean,
people like looking at his dick.
well, I mean, he's got purple hair. They're probably thinking he's trying to catch one.
He's one of them trans folks.
No, just gay. If I gotta piss bad enough, I'll piss on you. I don't care if it's in the middle stall or not. I mean, I will go full R. Kelly. I don't care.
Here it is. I don't trust anyone who uses the middle urinal in a pack of 3. You literally are asking to pee directly next to someone. Use the end, man. So apparently the middle stall is the forbidden zone.
I mean, if we're talking like pissing at a trough, like at a sports event or something like that, okay, sure, fine. Give a man some space. But urinals usually have walls these days, don't they? They have the little dividers.
Yeah.
I mean, I live in the bumfuck middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, and I still have dividers on the urinals when I go into places.
There's a bar I frequent, and they have a trough. And there is very rarely ever more than one person using that thing at a time.
And that person really has to go. That's why they're using it in the first place. But purple-haired pansy, that's what he is. So this was a LGBT equality town hall they had today, huh?
Yeah.
That's... I mean... the alphabet people don't make up even like 10% of the population. Why do they get a town hall?
What they say, like 10% of
not even 10%. Come on now.
people are gay or something like that.
Like if you added all of it,
marginalized group, and their outrage needs to be heard. We can no longer stand idly by and let them continue to suffer.
Although there was the black trans protester who took the mic from the mother of a trans kid. And then went off on like Don Lemon.
well, like I managed to hear them talking about this on Lords of the Night. I was on my break at work. Cory Booker talking about the Pulse nightclub shooting. And I love CNN trying to put this quote into Twitter with only 280 characters. I will elevate as president ... an office on hate crimes and white supremacy to make sure it is a presidential level effort to protect our country as a whole. So a Muslim dude shoots up a gay nightclub and it's white people's fault.
Yeah.
I love how that works.
Right.
But it's like, just was that first debate where they actually like having like after they finished with their rambling, they're like, okay, I'm gonna give you another 15 seconds to answer the fucking question. I wish more people would do that. You know what? I need to moderate one of these town halls or one of these debates. Like, stop. That wasn't the question. Let's get back to the question.
Oh,
it's a yes or no answer, Senator. What's it going to be?
If you don't pick an answer, I'm going to pick one for you, and that's just going to be that. I swear to God.
Okay. I am going to share this one because it is it's an annoyance. This is the gal who the black trans woman who grabbed the mic from the kid, well, from the mother of the kid, and this guy puts in shout out to Blossom C. Brown for grabbing the mic and pointing out CNN's erasure of black trans folks.
What?
FOLX.
Is a single K white supremacy now? Come on. Like I spent. I'm not very good at English, but I spent 12 years learning. So God damn it, can we please use it?
No shit.
Because this is getting ridiculous. Trying to figure out what all these X's and whatnot supposed to mean.
Yeah.
I mean, no one wants to be Latinx.
I'm sorry, man. Every time I hear them say Latinx or Latinx, I think of like an off-brand Mexican Kleenex. I just want to hand someone a tissue. It's like, man, you got to blow your nose or something? What's going on here?
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like, that's not a word, right?
Wipes. A bit of a monk reference.
No. But I remember the first time I heard like the whole like Latin X. It was right after the 2016 election, and I was like, I had to look that shit up because I had no idea what the fuck it meant. And I'm just sitting there like, man, is this really what we're coming to? I spent 3 years learning Spanish. You guys are just trying to try and change the game like that? Really?
Yeah, good luck with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. What did we look up? Let's see. Uber driver who fatally shot drunken passenger not found not guilty of murder. Let's see. The Uber driver who fatally shot a drunken, unruly passenger was found not guilty of murder by a Colorado jury this Thursday. Michael Hancock, 31, picked up Hyun Kim, 45, outside a karaoke bar in June 2018. Can you figure out the stereotype there?
What was the name again?
Hyun Kim. And he was picked up outside of a karaoke bar.
I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think
I
so.
think so.
Oh wait, no, Kim. That's Korean, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Korean.
Yeah.
See, Jack would not be impressed with the my mixing up with the Asians. Well, I mean, hey, they at least they got an Uber. Drunk Asian driving. That's no bueno. That's no buenex. Pardon me.
No buenex.
Hancock said during the ride, Kim made unwanted sexual advances and attacked him when he threatened to pull over. The crux of a self-defense defense.
Oh, hey, we've got another Australian in the chat. Hey, Cynic, how's it going?
He's been in the chat.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit, I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I see him now. Okay.
Let's see.
What, do all Aussies look alike to you?
Yeah, they all look like criminals.
When Hancock arrives at Kim's destination 2 miles away, the surveillance video showed Kim, who had a blood alcohol content of 0.308 when the autopsy was performed, did not get out of the car. Uber records showed that by the time Hancock shot Kim, the car had traveled about 70 miles up from the spot Kim was picked up.
70?
Yeah. That is at least hour and 15 minutes away.
Yeah. That's that's hinky to me. It's a little hinky. One second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, that's let me get back to that. Defense lawyers said Hancock demanded that Kim enter another address into the Uber app. They said Kim touched Hancock more than once on the leg and became aggressive. Kim punched the driver in the face and reached for the steering wheel and ignition. Prosecutors said Hancock stopped the car, went to the front passenger side where Kim was sitting, and fired 10 bullets from his semi-automatic handgun. At least 5 struck Kim. A witness called 911 and said Hancock's defense... A witness called 911 and Hancock's defense said Hancock got on the phone, told dispatchers that he had been attacked, and asked first responders to hurry so Kim might live, according to KMGH-TV.
How far away was it he shot him?
Let's see. Pretty much right there. It looked like. It sounded like.
And he only managed to hit him 5 out of 10 times. The dude was still in the car. This is like fish in a barrel.
Yeah. It's between that and like the guy that Monkey was talking about from the MS Nest News article, where they shot the guy with the camera.
And I'm sorry, but like, how big was this Korean? Was this like the dude from Bloodsport or what? Because generally, all the Asians I see are tiny, and this sounded like a white dude.
This gentleman is black.
Oh, okay. Well, definitely. Then why did he need to shoot him?
Well, he must have been pointing aiming sideways.
Somebody needs to send me that Tommy Sotomayor video, man. You ever see that one where he's got the cell phone and the gun?
Yeah.
I laughed my ass off when I saw that. Oh man, but no, I do kind of want to hear about this town hall because I really do want to know, like, what is up with the alphabet people?
Yeah.
Oh, here's one. CNN's got 9 takeaways from the Equality Town Hall. See what's going on over there. Oh, I'm gonna need to get a new computer before too much longer. It's taking a while for this to load. Oh, hey, there's your black trans activist. Your trans blacktivist. See. Oh, God! The video started playing immediately, and just that voice. My God.
Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm. And what I think is really interesting about, like, they're talking about black trans people, getting killed. Is like, how many? How many? Give me a number.
Yeah.
Because like the last one I saw, like someone arguing about trans people getting killed, it's like 20 something, and like it went up. Like, I think, I don't know, 5 or 6, which means, the percentage was just, through the roof. Let's see. 2020 Democratic candidates pledged Thursday to fight for non-discrimination protection in federal law, ban harmful practices such as conversion therapy, and lift restrictions on gay men donating blood. I knew some gay dudes in high school. When we had like our high school blood drive, you know what they did? They lied. And they donated blood anyway. I asked one, and I was like, so, like, you lied when they asked you about that? It's like, yeah. I was like, why? He's like, because I don't got the HIV.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to keep people from, spreading HIV. I don't have it, so what the fuck do they care? But ban conversion therapy. I mean, is that really going on to the point where it needs to be banned? I mean, how many people are going to conversion therapy is what I want to know. Like, do they have a number?
I wonder if
I'm not seeing anything in this. Matthew Shepard's mother questions Biden. You guys remember Matthew Shepard, don't you?
Yes.
No.
Oh, well, Della, let us regale you. Was that in Wyoming, wasn't it, Johnny?
Yep.
This was during the first Clinton administration, right? 90... Was it 91? 90? No, 92, 93, something like that? I want to say it was like 93. But he was a gay man who, he got beat to death. And they said it was because he was gay. Did mention that he might have been a drug dealer too. Yeah, no one brought up that part. It's because he was gay. He got beat and left out in a field somewhere. I think they may have even made like a couple of Lifetime movies about him or something.
They made a Lifetime movie and another TV movie.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, all TV movies are Lifetime movies. They end up there eventually.
Yeah, they had one with Sam Waterston, and they had one with like Stockard Channing, like played his parents.
The one thing that I remember Sam Waterston from, other than Law and Order, Serial Mom.
Oh yeah, he was in that, wasn't he?
He was the husband, yeah. And Ricky Lake was the daughter, and was it Matthew Lillard was he was the son's friend.
Yeah.
I can't remember who was the son. He was in a lot of shit back then. Don't ever see him anymore. IMDb.
Yep.
But yeah, so let's see what Matt Shepard's mommy had to say. Judy Shepard, one of the nation's foremost LGBTQ rights figures, was on hand for CNN's town hall Thursday night and asked former Vice President Joe Biden how he would reduce hate crimes against LGBTQ and marginalized communities. Shepard is the mother of Matthew Shepard, the gay 21-year-old University of Wyoming student. Oh, it was 1998, so I was 5 years off there. Whose 1998 murder is one of the nation's highest-profile hate crimes against LGBTQ people. She and her husband Dennis founded the Matthew Shepard Foundation.
Ricky Lake, Justin Whalen.
Oh, okay, yeah. That name does sound familiar. I just haven't seen him in anything in forever. Biden said his administration would track hate groups and more muscularly enforce civil rights laws. Biden also said that people don't know that LGBTQ people don't have the same civil rights protections that bar employers from firing them over their sexual orientation that exists for other protected classes. He said he would constantly talk about and educate the public. The American people are better than we give them credit for, but we allow the homophobes to be able to control the agenda, he said. You mean like your former boss? Or his Secretary of State?
Who was this talking?
Biden.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it was all good until that second term, And then the don't give a fuck comes on, and then.
Well, no, like that's another thing that like if Biden was actually going to want to thump his chest, he should be like, yeah, the first black president wasn't going to do shit for the gays until I opened my mouth. Like, that's the whole reason why Obama came out and endorsed it, was because Biden wouldn't shut the fuck up. And then guess what? They didn't pass any laws or anything. It went through the Supreme Court. So in 8 years, Obama didn't do dick, and neither did Biden, except for making one comment. They didn't push any legislation. They didn't, try to get any allies to push legislation or changes in, I don't know, the Middle East or, anywhere else to help protect the gays. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, fuck Joe Biden. In a roundabout way.
Someone else pushing.
Let's see, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren had the crowd laughing with her answer to a question about what she would say to someone who told her they believe marriage between one man and one woman.
Oh yeah, that's a funny joke. You should hear her.
Well, I'm just going to assume it's a guy who said that. Warren deadpanned. And I'm going to say, then just marry one woman. I'm cool with that. Then she twisted the knife, if you can find one. Well, I mean, you got hitched, so I'm sure there's someone for everyone.
Yep.
Beto said religious institutions should lose their tax-exempt status as they oppose same-sex marriage. I wonder how the Council on Islamic American Relations feels about that one.
Yeah.
There can be no reward, no benefit, no tax break for anyone or any institution, any organization in America that denies the full human rights or the full civil rights of every single one of us, he said at the town hall. He added, and so as president, we're going to make that a priority, and we're going to stop those who are infringing upon the human rights of our fellow Americans.
So politicians are being politicians.
Basically.
Yeah, lying out their ass. Buddha said discrimination makes God smaller. Does it really, though? I need a sound of Drunkle doing it. Does it really, though?
Really, though? Fuck, yeah, we need to put sound clips.
Yeah, we do need to get on that.
My question is, how is a fucking mayor of a mid-sized city... literally, the only reason why anybody knows anything about South Bend, Indiana is because that's where Notre Dame is located.
And I didn't even know that, so...
It's like... Well, like I said, I'm a college football fan, so... and the only LGBTQ candidate in the Democratic presidential field. Yeah, so why didn't everyone else shut the fuck up and just let Pete speak, huh? So that using faith as a reason to discriminate against LGBT people... Oh, sorry, I forgot the cue. Makes God smaller and is an insult to faith. Yeah, to anyone who can't fucking read, because while I don't know the Bible front to back, I do remember this one little section in Leviticus. Maybe Pete missed that day in Sunday school. He's an Episcopalian. Okay, so he's just making shit up. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
On Thursday, he was asked whether he can point to any teaching in faith that allows restaurant owners can deny service based on so-called religious liberty. Restaurant owners? I haven't heard any cases. Maybe it's just because I'm busy with work and having a life. Have you guys heard of any restaurant owners denying service based on their religion?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I haven't either. That's news to me. If that's what's happening. Unless he's talking about the fucking cake guy, which I am tired. I am tired of hearing about that cake dude.
Mm-hmm.
Leave that man alone, for the love of God.
Well,
without telling others how to worship. The Christian. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, you do need a straw man for every occasion.
Without telling others how to worship, the Christian tradition that I belong to instructs me to identify with the marginalized, and the greatest thing that any of us has to offer is love. Religious liberty is an important principle in this country, and we honor that. It's the case that any freedom that we honor in this country has limits when it comes to harming other people.
God, there is just reading through Twitter, and there are stands on both sides of the aisle on this.
I have to say, when religion is used in that way, to me, it makes God smaller. It, to me, is an insult not only to us as LGBTQ people, but I think it's an insult to faith to believe that it could be used to hurt people in that way. Dude, do you not have any understanding of history at all? The answer came after protesters interrupted the start of Buttigieg's town hall. I love how they say that it was his town hall. Like, you're marching one after the other, so it's each their own individual town hall. Bullshit. Like, it's stuff like this. This is Weasley shit that they're doing here that makes me never want to vote for a Democrat ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Buttigieg praised them for calling for greater attention to violence against transgender women of color. I do want to acknowledge what these demonstrators were speaking about, which is the epidemic of violence against black trans women in this country right now. Epidemic! It's like the fucking Spanish flu, folks! Black trans women are getting beaten like hotcakes in the streets of America.
Well, then they should stop beating themselves.
Yeah, isn't most of the violence that happens between them mostly between each other?
I think that's like lesbians. That's something, they don't talk about domestic violence in like same-sex couples as much as they do like, men beating women.
Oh yeah, and it happens way more in same-sex in relationships than it does with straight relationships.
Oh yeah, dude. Especially these days. I mean, you're gonna get dudes who beat on women, and that's not cool. It's not cool at all. I mean, yeah, sure, maybe she burnt dinner, but that's no reason to dot her I.
Not even a little.
No, not even a little. That's when you just you sign her up for some home ec courses at the local community college.
You want to know something funny? I looked on Indians.com, and there's Elizabeth Warren talking at a Native forum.
Oh God, no!
Pull it up. Pull it up.
It's a video, but
oh, hold on. Let me go over there.
I will.
I love how like my computer goes ahead and autofills that for me. It's like it autofills Indians.com like I'm typing in a porn address. All I gotta do, IND. Did you mean Indians.com? Yes, I did. Why, yes, I did.
Yeah, lesbians have the highest incidence of domestic violence.
Oh, that's Indians.com on YouTube. It takes you to YouTube.
Oh. That's still
Greta
funny.
Thunberg was at the Pine Ridge Reservation.
Oh.
Supreme Court opens new term with little new Indian law activity. So what's going on with the Muskogee Creek Nation's reservation case? No one knows. Oh, don't you guys think maybe you should look into that? I mean, you're the ones reporting on it. So if no one knows, you guys are kind of shit at your job, ain't you?
Let's see what they say.
I have to pull up that Elizabeth Warren native form video later. That's I'm sure that's gonna be interesting.
Let's see, the U.S. Supreme Court began its latest term this week with no new Indian law cases on the docket and no news about arguments in one of the most closely watched disputes in recent history. The lack of activity in the nation's highest court is unusual. For the past few seasons, tribes and their advocates have been dealing with an unusually large number of cases of importance affecting a wide range of significant issues, from treaty promises and land rights to sovereignty protections and freedom from taxation. But the October 2019 term is looking a lot different. There's still one tribal case on the docket after the justices took a pass on an Indian Child Welfare Act dispute on Monday, the first day of its current session. And looking ahead, there are a handful of petitions being monitored by the Tribal Supreme Court Project, a joint initiative of the Native American Rights Fund and National Congress of American Indians. That's far fewer than dozens that were scrutinized in the last few terms.
Oh, I'm going back to the town hall. Julian Castro talking about Ben Carson should resign, and he actually has a number for the amount of black trans women killed because of Ben Carson's comments in the Washington Post. He calls on, let's see, Julian Castro called on his successor at Housing and Urban Development Secretary Ben Carson to resign over disparaging remarks the Trump appointee made about transgender people. The comments that Secretary Carson, my successor, made a couple weeks ago are shameful. When you're housing secretary, you're there to serve everybody. And his comments made clear that he's not able to serve everybody. Dude, this isn't fucking Burger King. Not everyone gets to have it their way. Castro said, I believe he should resign because of that, because he can't serve everybody.
And what does he do?
He's the Housing and Urban Development Secretary.
Ah.
The former HUD secretary was referencing a Washington Post report in which Carson is said to have warned colleagues that big hairy men were attempting to make their way into women's shelters. In response to the initial report, Castro tweeted, 19 black trans women have been killed this year because comments like Ben Carson's normalizes violence against them. As HUD secretary, I protected trans people. I didn't denigrate them. 19 people in a year. Oh, sorry, this year. Okay, these comments were made a couple weeks ago. So 9 months into the year, 19 people in a country of 30 million?
Give or take.
I mean, that's not even counting all the illegal Mexicans. So, I mean, yeah, I don't want 19 people dying regardless, but I mean, to say that, there's no reasoning for why they're killed. They're just saying, oh, because they were black trans women, they got killed. Really? Really?
And there's that clip of, were they though?
Yeah, were they though? Oh, Kamala Harris is going to end HIV/AIDS within a generation.
Yeah, you think she'll do that in California?
California Senator Kamala Harris said that she, as president, would make ending HIV/AIDS within a generation a priority, telling an audience on Thursday that she learned about the impact of the virus from her first campaign manager. We need to deal with it in the context of having a commitment. My commitment, within a generation, we will end HIV/AIDS. Harris, in response to a question about the impact HIV/AIDS have had on black Americans, went on to say that she would pay attention to who has access, who has the ability, who has the resources to benefit from all that is available to prevent, right, or to mitigate the effects of HIV/AIDS. So, we're just gonna do like South Park and just Magic Johnson people some money.
Yeah.
Because I mean, between him and Charlie Sheen, I'm seeing a pattern. People with money tend to be able to live through that shit.
That is.
Somebody bump into a guitar or something?
Oh no, that was my mic spring.
Oh, okay.
Did I miss anything?
Not much. Johnny was playing his microphone spring to realign our chakras.
Nice.
Well, let's go to a funnier story.
Yeah, because this is just pissing me off.
Yeah.
Let's see. Vegan called police after friends made her eat chicken nuggets.
Oh, they didn't make her eat shit.
Okay. She'd probably be happier if they did.
A woman.
She had the drunk munchies, and she ate what they gave her. That's all there is to it.
Let's see.
They probably didn't even give it to her. She probably just sat next to her in front of them and was like, give me, stuff it down my fucking throat.
Let the nugget slide down your throat hole.
First, you let the meat slide down your throat hole. Not you, not you.
Bunny, 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 bunny. A woman has said she contacted cops after a group of friends made her eat chicken as a prank because she's a vegan.
Here's an alternate headline: Insufferable cunt
That was probably the original one before.
calls cops because friends hate her.
She said that she had not eaten meat since she was 3 or 4 years old, but turned to a plant-based diet 10 years ago.
Yeah, because you can accurately confirm that for when you were 3 or 4.
Yeah. Now 24. She said that she was recently at a party and got white girl wasted.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, of course.
So like 2 wine coolers, and she was down for some tendies.
That's when her friends.
Vegan.
That's when her friends gave her something to eat, and she asked, "Are these vegan?" To which her friends replied, "Yeah, they're sun-fed. A type of chickenless chicken," she explained on Reddit.
There's no such thing, you retarded twat.
That's like going into a fucking restaurant and ordering something like a potato salad and saying, "I have an allergy to bacon." There's no such fucking thing.
She said they didn't taste right, but because she was so drunk, she dismissed it. There's a couple pictures of the sun-fed. Her friends, the caption was, her friends said that she had overreacted after she vomited the next morning.
I should say there's a whole article on this. That qualifies as overreaction.
The anonymous poster said, "I found out the next day when my sister sent me a message telling me that to check my friend's Snapchat story. The story was them showing the chicken nugget packaging and then showing them giving them to me, including the conversation where I was asking if it was vegan."
I want to see this video.
I'm not signing up for Snapchat.
I'm not. I signed up during the fire to keep in touch with friends, and that's the only time I used it. I don't even fucking install it.
Although a lot of porn stars have Snapchats, I might reconsider.
Mm-hmm.
See and then later, them mocking me and pretending to be me when I found out when I found out I ate meat. Things like fake crying and yelling the chickens.
Her friends sound fun. She doesn't.
Right? I want to meet her friends.
I took a screen recording of the video and took it to the police on the grounds of food tampering.
Oh my Lanta.
And now 3 of my ex-friends are facing charges.
Where was this at?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Because they didn't tamper with the food. They just told you it was something that it wasn't.
Let's see.
Oh, hey, Kyler. You regret getting on Twitter? What do you regret about the dumpster fire, man? It's a beautiful thing.
Hey, Terry, how's it going?
Hey,
Hey, Terry.
Let's see. Apparently it's in Europe.
That's what I was just going to say.
The Shropshire Council. Wherever that is.
A chef quit after receiving. I think we might have skimmed too much.
Yeah, Cynic's got a point there. Needles and strawberries is food tampering, not this shit.
very true.
Yeah, very true.
That was something that actually happened down here. The needles and strawberries.
See, I told you. A continent full of criminals, man. Who fucks with strawberries like that?
Right?
Evil bastard.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, there was like a massive recall of all the strawberries in all the shops because they didn't like. That's how widespread it was. It was a massive, massive news story.
Well, like we finally got people to stop, with the whole, check your kids, Halloween candy for razor blades or for needles. Now they're trying to say it's like, oh, be careful that they don't pass out, edible pot. It's like, do you know how much that shit costs? No one's giving away free weed,
No.
Right?
especially some snot-nosed kid who's dressed up like a fucking,
Like, you might want to check
Who do
it
kids
if
dress up like now.
you might want to check it if they answer the door and they're extremely high. Then you might want to check the candy after that. Like,
I saw a really good comic where it was like a trick or treater, and they were dressed as Hillary Clinton, and the thing was, the one dressed as Hillary won't go away. He's like,
Well, Kyler, my advice to you, man, follow more porn stars.
that is excellent advice just in general.
I mean, because you'll see something that pisses you off, you'll see something that makes you sad, and then you'll forget all about it when you see some titties.
But your question there, Camel, what the kids dressed up as, makes me think of another question. What are they allowed to dress up as these days?
I
Well-
mean, I went as all kinds of different shit.
I know.
I went through the Halloween store that we have here, and I was going through the native costumes, and it wasn't the fact that hey, have a good night, Dr. No.
Take it easy.
It wasn't the fact that they had the costume that was offensive. I think the fact that they called it reservation royalty was a bit more offensive.
Yes, that.
Just go with Aladdin. You know it's Trudeau approved. It's fine. If Trudeau is allowed to do it, then that makes it officially woke, and blackface is now woke. It's just how it works.
Well, how long did he get away with it before he had to come out and apologize for it?
Yeah.
Well, like if you're here in the States, all you gotta do if you dress up in blackface or whatever. One second, I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible advice.
Well, actually, no, that's perfect advice. If you dress up in blackface, one second, I'll be right back. When kids come trick or treating at your door.
It's I did like the Babylon Bee article. Rare picture of Justin Trudeau emerges, not in blackface.
Yes.
Babylon Bee is great. It's one of the best things I've ever followed on Twitter.
No, to finish my joke, in the States, if you get caught doing blackface, just identify as a Democrat.
Ah, yes.
It worked for
There you
Ralph
go.
Northam. I mean, it's working for Trudeau apparently. Just say you're a liberal. Or if you really want to throw people off, just use the spacey defense. Just say I now identify as a gay man.
That is excellent advice.
Just walk off and leave them befuddled.
And I'm just making sure that Trudeau smiles on Della's internet a bit more.
Well, I mean, we're not on my stream, so I'm the only one who's going to get affected by this, so that's not so bad.
It's very true that blackface is awesome. It is Trudeau approved. It's got to be the politically correct thing to do as of whenever he did it.
Black faces matter.
Now, I've got something that I did not think possible. I'm sitting here looking at a David Sharat tweet that I actually kind of agree with.
Oh.
He quote tweeted this thread. He said, "Lefties who are so stuck up their own asses that they start arguing for actual white nationalism to own the white people are some of the most irritating people I see on this site."
That was very funny. That they had this long.
Oh, I've got the thread here if you want me to read it.
Oh, I've read it. It's all about how.
I meant for the chat.
Let's teach these people a lesson. Let's actually all go back to our home countries.
I'd like to point out that Kyler is a registered independent, and he should be pointed at and shamed.
I'm registered independent. No, see, you can be a registered independent, Kyler. Just say that you identify as a Democrat. It's all about identity these days, man. And if they question that, then they're the ones that are being bigoted. They're questioning your truth, your lived experience, or whatever else other nonsense they've come up with. But yeah, this is a nice little tweet, and I love how they've got the Somali flag in their handle. So I've thought of a plan that will drive racist white motherfuckers to insanity. Step 1. Let's all actually fuck off back to our own countries. Yeah, I don't think that's quite how it works. And I love how they kind of got this whole, like, hear me out, you know? Think about it. They will starve. No doctors, lawyers, engineers, chefs, cleaners, pharmacists, etc. A thread.
But none of those jobs have ever been taken by white people. That's good to know.
I love how, this is a person who's in the UK, first of all, who thinks that, like an 80-something odd % white country, they can't find any fucking doctors, lawyers, engineers, chefs, cleaners, or pharmacists? Really? Really? Isn't Drunkle a cleaner?
Well, it depends. Are all the Jews going to go back to Israel? Because that might leave them short on lawyers and entertainers.
Well, I mean, it depends on who you talk to, whether they're white or not. So, I mean,
right.
This is a black Somali Muslim, so I'm guessing she's probably putting them in the white boat. If you take Asians, Africans, Arabs, and Caribbeans out of England and America, they have nothing left. We've got Mexicans, bitch. You forget about them? We got boatloads of them.
You guys can't get rid of them.
We've got so many Mexicans, some of them identify as Guatemalans and Nicaraguans.
And Cubans.
A few of them too.
If they're in Florida, they are Mexicans. If they're in California, they're Cubans.
No, wrong way around. If they're in California, they're Mexicans. If they're in Florida, they're Cubans.
Oh yeah.
If we all went back to our country, to the country we are originally from, at the same time, England would go into meltdown. So what we are going to do is, everyone in England that is either African or Arab will leave together, so it's not suspicious.
Yeah, not suspicious at all.
Well, like there's not going to be some pasty limey dude just looking at, like taking tickets at the airport, like, huh, there sure are a lot of black folk leaving today. And Arabs aren't going to get through airport security without any questions being asked. Come on now.
All right. I got a new one. Oregon cow mutilations spark conspiracy theories. A lot of people lean towards the aliens.
Okay, if they've never seen Supernaturals, obviously vampires.
Hey, Kyler, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good.
It's obviously vampires. You need a machete. You need some dead man's blood. Forget the crucifix. Those things don't work. That's all some made-up bullshit.
I thought this would be Chupacabra, but this is Oregon, so I'm not sure.
It's Bigfoot, man. They got a squatch on their hands.
Same squanch.
But no, I'm digging this thread because I can't tell if this is a Poe or not. That's why I love Twitter. Is when you find the ones where you can't tell. You really got to sit there and burn a little gray matter trying to figure out if they're being serious. That's why I like Twitter.
Well, as I said in chat, I like Twitter because it's more concentrated cancer than was in Moonshock's breast.
African or Arab will leave together so it's not suspicious. We will all meet at Heathrow on a Monday because we want to shake them on a day they're already angry.
Yeah, the Irish could use the jobs.
Then, on the following Monday, the Asians and Caribbeans will go together. This time from Gatwick Airport, so they don't realize a pattern. The whites are slow anyway. Funny you say that. What's the average IQ in Somalia again? I don't think you thought this out. Only a select few from each nationality will stay behind and take one for the team and spy on the whites to see if the plan is going well.
Oh, dear God.
And when they report back that no one gives a fuck, what are you going to do then? Fly back? Sorry, shop's closed. Then we wait. The white man that spat on me for wearing hijab will not get his kebab after a night out.
Wow.
The racist white girl that called me a packy when I'm clearly black will not have a nail lady on Monday. See, we got Vietnamese chicks for that. We don't have black nail ladies.
Mm-hmm.
The racist old white lady that got on the bus before me, even though I was there first, will die of pneumonia because the Asian doctor will be sipping some mango lassi in his home country. Lassi. Lassi? That's a weird name for a drink.
It is.
But I love that. The racist old white lady that got on the bus before me, even though I was there first. How fucking slow are you, bitch?
Lassi is a popular traditional dahi-based drink that originated in the Indian subcontinent. It's a blend
Seriously,
of
though.
yogurt, water, and spices, and sometimes fruit.
That's the question I want to ask this person. Like, how slow are you that an old racist white lady managed to cut you in line? Were you not paying attention? Were you tweeting on your phone? Is this where this thread comes from? The guy that shouted, "You immigrants take all out jobs." I think she meant all our jobs, but reading it as it's written. We'll actually have to get a job because England will cut benefits because of economical meltdown.
And apparently they put cannabis in it.
So the guy who's shouting that you take all the jobs, having to get a job, you think he's going to count that as a loss? Really? The next plan is to stop sending them food that we grow in our countries. Laughing my ass off. Imagine them with no coffee in the morning because we cut off their coffee bean supply. Like, how many Colombians are there in England that they're not going to be able to go to Colombia and get coffee? The above plan is just for our own entertainment. This is a message to all the Africans, Arabs, Asians, and Caribbeans. Polish and Romanians can make their own plan since y'all forget you're immigrants too. I want to do this plan on the 1st of November. Best of luck, sweetheart.
Yeah. Yeah, the Polish are kind of iffy around people they let in the border anyway, because, you know, what happened last time.
We will speak in our own languages so the whites can't understand us, and we will also use dance moves to communicate because they don't understand that language either.
Oh, good grief.
Did they actually say that?
Yes, yes. I've seen Somalians dancing. It's not that impressive. I've been sitting on this plan for a while. Now I've planned every detail. Nothing can go wrong. Anyone that has something negative to say and is an immigrant, you will still come because we don't want the whites to benefit off you, but you will be thrown in the Bermuda Triangle. Imagine that. A black lady talking about kidnapping people. Who'da thunk it? Right. Follow me for more genius ideas.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm tempted.
Yeah, I'm clicking clicking that button. Let's go ahead and see what you got going on here.
Who's this now?
Phil Sand Complains is the Twitter handle.
I'll put that in the chat.
Cool.
And yes, and I hope they do this in Australia too.
Mm-hmm.
Because that can't be. Oh boy, it is right there, isn't it?
Yeah. And what I love is, like, you know, she's retweeting all these people, you know, commenting and retweeting it. The thread is legit legendary. The crying, laughing emoji and the black clapping hands. That's triggering. Thank you very much.
Jazz hands, people. Jazz hands.
Spirit fingers, bitch.
Yeah.
The gal crying.
Oh my god, I love this thread. Laughing my ass off. You're more than welcome to leave. No one's making you stay here.
No shit.
It's like, matter of fact, I will help. I will help subsidize your airfare one way. But yeah, that's the first thing I've seen that, you know. David Charette and I agree on. These people are fucking stupid.
Okay. Now I'm following. All I gotta do is wait for the day she ends up on my fucking Twitter feed, and I'm like, what the fuck sort of stupidity is this, and how did it end up here?
Oh no, I'm gonna tweet her. I'm gonna tweet her on the 2nd of November. Like, so, how's Somalia treating you?
It's of November? I thought I heard you say February. My bad.
No, 1st of November. So I'm tweeting her on the 2nd. Like, so, how's that plan working out for you?
I'm gonna forget way before then anyway. So.
Oh no, I'll mark it in my calendar.
Yeah, for sure.
It's already. He's got an alarm set. He's got Google notifications.
Mm-hmm.
He's been sitting on this plan for a while, mapped out every detail.
Nothing can go wrong, man.
Exactly.
Why am I seeing this story again? A woman bent. A runner saved a trapped doe by bending metal fence bars twice. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. And there's the cat.
There we go.
1 second.
Perfect. Nice.
I missed it. Something about racism.
All right, let me bring the screen back up.
Very good, very good. But no, that's why I like Twitter. That and titties.
Mm-hmm.
See, I got that idea originally from Sinatra. About if you're feeling like your blood pressure's getting too high going through Twitter, just follow like a bunch of porn stars.
It's a good idea. I fully concur.
That's why I try not to scroll through Twitter while we're on stream, because I will get distracted.
Yeah, I can see how.
And I definitely try not to screen share too much when we're on stream either.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to pull a Ted Cruz.
No, oh, there's the video from that trans. That's a girl. Stop saying that's a transgender. That's a girl with a short haircut and a suit.
I think that's all it takes to be trans these days, though.
Apparently.
So other than that, like all I've seen is talk about the town hall and people still talking about the NBA in China. Oh yeah, the Kurds in Turkey, that too. You guys got any opinions about the geopolitics of Turkey and Syria?
I do not.
I literally know nothing.
Della,
Pox
Kyler?
My thoughts are that it is none of my business.
a pox on both their houses.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, one of the porn stars I actually follow, she was talking about that today. I was like,
Someone's looking to get themselves unfollowed.
well, no. She actually does. She's a. The funny thing is, she's a conservative. She's a conservative porn star. And well, I mean, shit, it's a Brandy Love. That's the one. If you guys know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
And of course, I was like, yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah, I've seen her work.
I've heard about it in the Christian Science Monitor.
It's a very popular publication these days.
It seems to be.
Is it brandy with an I or a Y or an I?
With an I.
Okay.
Of course, it's with an eye.
It's a porn star, Terry. Of course, it's with an I.
Yeah, if there's a Brandy with an I, chances are it's either a porn star or a stripper.
Either way, she's got an eye in her.
Either way, she knows her way around a pole. Really? Nothing on that one? Okay.
Oh, I'm busy looking her up, so I will.
See, this is why I don't scroll through Twitter too much. You get distracted. But no, yeah. She considers them to be an ally in the fight against ISIS, and we're just leaving them. It's like, yeah. What isn't Turkey also an ally? So you want to pick one ally over the other? I mean,
Can't you just wait till Thanksgiving and then pardon Turkey and then problem solved?
but it's like I really don't care either way. I would rather that less Americans be sent overseas for any reason that isn't directly defending the United States.
It's reasonable.
You would think, right? You would think.
Yeah, but I don't put my experienced truth over facts, so I'd be wrong.
But because Trump isn't supporting him, oh man.
Cynic. A Brandy without an eye would fill a specific niche.
Oh, come on, go for it, yeah.
Now I'm going to start looking up, like one-eyed chicks in the Christian Science Monitor.
Yes, in the Christian Science Monitor.
I'm sure it exists somewhere.
That's Rule 34, man. There's something on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Have any of you guys seen Captain Marvel yet?
God no.
Hell no, I ain't watching Captain Marvel.
Nope.
I did.
That's right. I knew you had, because we talked about it afterwards. I still haven't got around to watching it. I don't know if it's on Netflix yet or not, or are they saving that for Disney Plus?
I didn't even like the good Marvel movies. I'm not going to watch Captain Marvel. Well, I've only seen one. I've seen the first Iron Man, which everyone tells me is a good Marvel movie.
I
And
mean, it's all right. Yeah, it's decent. I liked it.
okay, this is nothing to get excited about. It's like I'll sit through and watch it. I'm not going to, refuse. I'm not going to get, leave or anything. But
The whole reason why I brought it up is because we were talking about porn stars, and they just released a Captain Marvel porno.
okay.
Oh yes, I heard about that.
Which, from what I've heard, is actually better than Captain Marvel.
Well, it's a low bar.
Well, no, I'm not talking about like the boobies one. I'm talking about the actual storytelling, which yes, still a
again,
low bar,
again.
but
Yeah, that was two.
I mean, when you have a multi-million-dollar, what, hundreds of millions of dollars with the CGI and all that stuff movie that's getting bested in writing by just a couple of porno writers, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But I was curious if anybody who had seen Captain Marvel, which is apparently just Johnny, would be willing to view the Captain Marvel porno to compare and contrast.
Captain Marvel porno, just without having seen Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I would be willing to do it for science.
Yes, for science, exactly.
I mean, once I've seen the porno, I'll consider doing the thing for. Until then, no.
I was putting the cart before the horse there, Della.
Yeah. Well,
And in this case, the
that's how I roll.
horse is Brie Larson. So,
Well, that's pretty obvious.
oh man, sitting at work tonight, I was hoping that I'd have a couple of customers come in because, like I said, it's been had rainstorms real bad today. Hey, we got WR Cost in the chat. How's it going, man? But it rained real bad, so it's kind of slow. But I was hoping that these two specific people would come in because I really wanted to call the cops and get them arrested. We got people thieving like crazy at the place I work, and it's getting ridiculous. And so I live to catch these people every time. I will walk around the store every day, and I will find stuff, like not where it's supposed to be, ripped open, missing stuff. It's like, oh. Because, I don't make a whole lot of money, but I still have to resort to thieving.
Yeah, we have to do that at our store, too.
And it's not like these people are stealing, like food or medical supplies or anything that you would actually need. Of course, like Monkey working at Walmart. One of the big things is makeup. But I'll find foodstuffs. Like, we actually had somebody steal a box of pancake mix. They ripped the box open, took the bag of pancake mix, and left the box. How they managed to get out of the store with that, I have no clue. Because we're talking like a couple pounds of this pancake mix. So you're just shoving it down your pants or whatever. Like, somebody should notice that.
Dude, I've walked out of a grocery store with a whole cooked chicken before, and no one noticed. There are ways to get shit done if you really want to.
But yeah, I finally got the go ahead from my boss, like, because people came in last night, and I was like, I think they're stealing. I couldn't prove it. You know, even looking at the cameras, it was kind of grainy. I couldn't make out whether they're taking something off the shelf, putting something back. So like, apparently she looked at the timestamped footage, and she's like, yeah, the next time they come in, call the cops immediately.
Well, one thing to look out for is if a woman is not pregnant when she enters the store, but is when she leaves, she's probably stealing something.
Yeah.
Okay, Terry, this is a Southwest in the U.S. We got a lot of fat bitches.
Yeah, but if they ain't fat when they walk in and then go to the washroom and suddenly come out looking like fucking Norbit's wife.
No. See, that doesn't happen. What happens generally is a fat bitch walks in, and she walks out with maybe an extra roll or two that you didn't notice.
Because they all just blend together.
Well, because nobody looks that closely at jelly rolls. Nobody's counting if you had 4 or 5 when you walked in.
Not someone without cynic specific niche.
Sure.
So how you doing, Kyler? You're kind of quiet over there.
Oh, I'm fine. I just a lot of times, by the time I think of something to say, someone else is already saying it.
It is kind of weird when you first start streaming. It's kind of like doing double dutch in the dark, especially when someone new. You don't know exactly when you can jump in or.
Yeah, it's nothing like the game streams I do on Sundays. It's shameless self-plug, by the way.
Those are the best kind.
Yeah.
What kind of games you play?
Well, I've been playing No Man's Sky, but I've gotten interested in Destiny 2 lately. The key mapping was a little bit of a issue until I went in there and changed it all around to something I can work with. It's fun, especially when people show up and start talking in the chat, and then I talk back, and it's a fun time.
Did you have the free will to choose to play Destiny, or was that predetermined?
Oh, I couldn't say. That particular argument, I go from one side to the other. Depends on the day.
Well, he came across the gypsy. And the gypsy said, oh yeah, there's the Discord.
Yeah, because we keep forgetting to tell people about it, and I think Dr. No's getting a little lonely in there.
Yeah, join him in the casino. That's where he spends 90% of his day.
Basically.
It's not even real money. That's the thing that gets to me. Like, it's just points, basically.
Mm-hmm. Points you can use on more gambling.
I got tired of trying to keep up with him, man. It's like
There was no keeping up with him, man.
No, I was ahead there for a good long while, and I took like 3 days off, and he's like 1,000 points ahead of me. It's like, nah. It's like I can't stay up all night, every night, playing blackjack and listening to music on Discord. But yeah, if you guys are interested, there's the Discord link. It won't expire on you, so you can join whenever. One of these days, Johnny will be professional, and he'll actually put it in the description.
I am doing that now, actually.
Hopefully that
Look
day,
at that. It's one of those days.
hopefully the day that Johnny's professional will never actually happen, because him being unprofessional is kind of like Della and the technical difficulties. It's what adds on to the streams.
See, I think the fact that we don't do this as much as most other people do kind of adds to the charm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I never know when you're going to do a stream. It's totally surprising. It's like, oh, Johnny's streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I made sure the one time that I actually streamed, Della was at work, so he couldn't.
Dick.
Well, the next one will be just some random time, just marketing calendars, folks. 3 months and 27 days.
Yeah, perfect time for you to not stream while I'm unemployed.
Well, my plan is to never have any content on my YouTube channel. Just none, ever.
I thought it was funny because, like, I actually, we finished that stream, and then, like, a day or two later, I went ahead and went to my channel and looked at the analytics. I was like, oh, so this is what everyone's talking about. Okay. I'll never look at this again.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of glad I did. I did what earlier today. I wouldn't have known Terry commented on my quick Trudeau, my 25-second Trudeau video if I hadn't.
Yeah, well, I try and comment on your videos because I know comments help in like the algorithm and stuff like that.
It's
And,
appreciated.
Like someone like Monkey or Sinatra, I won't bother because there's like plenty of people who comment with or without me. But someone that's only got how many subs do you got? Do you have? Is it 50-ish or
It's 61 now.
61? Nice.
Yeah, I've got like 7 in the last 28 days.
Well done. But
Thank
someone who's got relatively few subscribers, I will go out of my way to think of something to comment just so the algorithm says, oh look, there's engagement.
And I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
It's all right.
Let's see, just going by our actual content. Let's see. Where is that? That is all the way. I can't find it.
Is that from an actual Chinese news broadcast?
There it is. 55 views for our Hey Guys video. Granted, I will admit, a vast majority of them are probably me. like I've showed a lot of people that video.
Nice.
Somebody posted a couple of screenshots, and it looks like a Chinese news broadcaster, like newsroom or something, and it's got the subtitle. It says it's not about the freedom of an individual to express his or her personal opinions, but about the bottom line of what is acceptable in societies. CGTN is apparently where this was from. That doesn't sound extremely totalitarian.
Not at all.
And then somebody that I was following, they retweeted that says, someone put Joker makeup on the last image in societies. I might actually. No, I'm probably not going to go to the movie theater for that movie. Sorry. I'll wait until it comes out on a streaming service or somebody I know buys it.
Fair.
I'm tired of movie theaters, man. I think the last movie I went to go see was Deadpool. I think that's the last one I went to go see.
We actually had a security guard at our movie theater for the Joker.
Quiz was saying the same thing. There was one at his theater too.
Yeah, but there are probably more people in Quiz's theater than in Johnny's whole state. So
Yeah, I didn't have the fun triggered lesbians that Jack Cochran had that I really kind of wished we had. We had a relatively normal viewing experience.
What do you think of the movie?
I liked it. It was there's a couple of things that kind of threw me off, but it's just how one of the things that threw me off was like how they portrayed Thomas Wayne. But I guess if you're looking at it through the eyes of the Joker, yeah, I guess that could be construed like that.
I can't even remember the last time I was at the actual movies. I think it might have been Troy, that movie with Eric Bana in it. And that
Oh
was
yeah, yeah.
about 15 years ago or something. I forget when that came out. That's how. That's the last movie I can remember going to.
Yeah, I never saw that one in theaters either. I always funny thing about that movie Troy. Anytime you go, I would go over to a chick's house. If she went to go put that movie on, I knew I was getting some that night.
Well, the good news is it came out in 2004, so I was exactly right 15 years ago.
Nice.
I mean, as soon as I see what DVD they were popping in, it's like, oh, like this the Trojan Man theme. It's like, oh yeah. Go ahead. Think about Brad Pitt. Think about all that in a balloon. I'll just be over here, putting in some work. I don't care.
Did you know for a fact that she's gonna be thinking about Brad Pitt and Eric Bana, and
couldn't give a fuck less.
You aren't over there thinking about Brandy
No.
Love.
All I was thinking about was like the right time to go ahead and start trying to get that bra off. Do I wait before or after Eric Bana gets killed? Spoiler alert, folks.
Yeah, spoiler for a 3,000-year-old story. So if you...
Apparently, you gotta put him in everything, man.
People
get upset.
There may have been a few liberties taken.
Tiny deviations.
Just a few small ones.
That's like the one movie that Sean Bean doesn't die in. No, I'll take that back. National Treasure. There's like two of them. There's two.
It's pretty funny because in Hitman, they've got these things called elusive targets that they're only there for about a week, and two of them have been based on Sean Bean. So his entire role in the game is literally to be killed.
That's hilarious.
Nice. No, he's in that show
Legends.
Legends, and that started the hashtag "Don't Kill Sean Bean."
Did they ever come out with a third season of that, or did it just?
No,
die?
it put it off at the second season.
They cut off the second. See, I would have liked to have seen the third season and how that would have gone. They had me interested, so that's a shame. No, for those of you who aren't aware, Legends, he was an undercover agent, and what was he working through? FBI in the first season?
I think it was CIA.
Well, no, because the very first episode, he's helping take down pretty much like the Oklahoma City bombing, pretty much. A bunch of white guys trying to blow up a federal building.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he was through the FBI.
Yeah, he was deep cover.
Yeah, he was a deep cover agent. And I always thought it was interesting. It's so nobody asks why, well, actually, I think they did ask why, an FBI agent has a British accent. It's like, oh well, father was a diplomat. I lived over in England. Okay, cool. Yeah, but the end of the second season, it was like, oh shit. Well, let's see where this goes, man. And then they just kill it off.
Is he pulling a Kevin Costner? He's like, it doesn't matter what accent I have. This is who it is. For like Robin Hood, when he was doing Robin Hood.
You know, I never actually watched the Kevin Costner Robin Hood. I preferred the Robin Hood Men in Tights. Yeah, that one had Isaac Hayes.
Yeah. Well, unlike other Robin Hoods, I have a British accent.
Dave Chappelle goes on Malcolm X. You been had. You been bamboozled. We didn't land on Sherwood Forest. Sherwood Forest landed on us. No, good old Rabbi Tuckman. We'll bless the trees. We'll bless the rocks. We'll bless everything till we all get verschnicked.
So one of you guys want to end this on a horror story?
I'm listening.
Sure.
Let's see. Snakehead fish discovered in Georgia sparks warning from wildlife officials. Quote, kill it immediately. An invasive fish species that has been spotted in Georgia, and wildlife officials want anyone who encounters it to immediately kill the animal, which can survive both land and in water.
Oh yeah, that's the one. It can crawl up out of one body of water and make it to another one across land. That is creepy.
The northern snakehead, native to the Yangtze River basin in China. Oh, there's
fucking China again.
There's the conspiracy theory there. Was discovered in Gwinnett County Pond earlier this month, according to the state's Department of Natural Resources, which noted the creatures have been reported in 14 U.S. states. It's unclear how the fish ended up in the pond. The Chinese. But a blog post from the department explains invasive species are often introduced through unauthorized release.
Yeah, somebody realized it was ass ugly and decided to throw it in a pond instead of keeping it in their fish tank.
And here is our friend.
Yeah, like I said, ass ugly.
Yep.
I seem to remember that those were a delicacy in someone's cuisine. I cannot remember who off the top of my head. So perhaps someone was farming them illegally.
I mean, it's possible.
I mean, I was just about to say, I bet that'd be tasty.
The only fish I eat is tuna, and it comes out of a can. The rest of them can just fuck off.
Pretty much ditto.
I like fish. I'll eat most seafood.
I live in a landlocked state. I don't trust most seafood.
Well, that's it. I live on the coast, so.
Well, I do make an exception for catfish.
Oh yeah, well I mean that's different.
Okay, we get commodity catfish, so no.
Well, fresh caught and then left in fresh water for a couple of days to get all the mud out of their flesh, and they're really pretty good.
Well, Kyler, if you've ever had government cheese, just imagine what Indian government cheese is like.
Ugh.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's some of the quotes from that from there. Let's see. They escaped from a sushi restaurant. They're excellent table fare and fun to catch. So that's a snakehead, huh? Looks amazingly like Hillary Clinton.
Somebody's sad.
Let's see. That photo looks like Hillary and Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
Just a quick reminder, no one here is sad, Miss Clinton. No one here is sad.
No one's sad, and we like the Clintons.
Yes, they do wonderful things for the world.
Oh, so many wonderful things.
Let's see. Get bit by those teeth, and you'll have to go see a sturgeon.
Oh God.
Cryptic?
Well, the name of that one is Whiskey and Tasers. So it's So yeah, that's our horror story for the evening. Apparently, they are introducing opioid related stories to Sesame Street.
Yes,
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh yeah.
For fuck's sake, why?
Well,
the
here's
kids
my
won't
question.
Try drugs if they don't see it on Sesame Street.
Here's my question. If they're talking about opioid addiction, why didn't they have Snuffleupagus be the one to introduce that topic?
That's
Well,
right, Bird.
Why not have
No.
Big Bird, and then the only reason Snuffleupagus exists is it's a hallucination brought on by drug overuse.
See, apparently the thing is that there's a vast majority of children growing up in houses where a parent or the parents have substance abuses, and that's what they want to touch on and get. That's the audience they want to reach, is people affected by that.
Yeah.
And this is where Mummy hides the good stuff.
Yeah.
Count
This
them.
is why-
1, 2, 3.
This is why all the spoons at Daddy's house are burnt.
This is why Daddy's not allowed within a pharmaceutical building. Needles, they tend to go missing.
Count is here to get my money.
I sold you 3 pills. Ha ha ha.
I used to love the Count when I was a kid. He's like my second favorite character behind Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my favorite part from that Dave Chappelle, was it Killing Him Softly, talking about Sesame Street.
Yeah. It's like I know a
He's
pimp
like-
when I see one.
No, like the part about Oscar.
Oh yeah.
It's like, Oscar, you're mean. You're a grouch. Bitch, I live in a fucking trash can. Poorest motherfucker on Sesame Street. No one's helping me. It's like,
I
you
used
know.
I used to really like the song "I Hate Christmas" when Oscar sang it.
Well, yeah, if he's anything like the rest of us, he's got neighbors playing that shit, 24/7 from well, it's starting in October now. Like my job, we have Christmas shit up already. We haven't even had Halloween yet.
And I object to that.
Yeah. And like
Have
Go
some
ahead.
decency. Wait until after Thanksgiving, for crying out loud.
Oh, man, people don't even act like that's a holiday anymore. But no, yeah, we started putting out Halloween stuff, and then like a week later, they started bringing out Christmas. I was like, really? Because we have one aisle that is Halloween, just through and through. The very next aisle, Christmas.
Yeah, we have a white and black Santa up at our store,
Oh dear.
and then there's a rainbow Christmas tree.
So when you say a white and black Santa, do you mean one of each or a Michael Jackson Santa?
Vitiligo Santa, if we're going to be politically correct.
Yeah, but we're not.
Well, does it really matter?
Just keep morbid curiosity.
I
'Cause
just like to
I really
imagine.
Well, I was just going for the line in the song.
Oh, I just like to imagine like there's a white one and a black one,
There
and that
is.
parents are just telling their kids like the black one's the one that gives you the cold. You fuck up and act like a shithead.
No. The black one takes presents from you.
He's the one that takes away the welfare checks, so you don't get a Christmas.
For your daddy if you're not a good child.
But no, man, I have customers coming up like, you guys have Christmas stuff out already? It's like, yeah, because you motherfuckers keep buying it. Stop doing that, and maybe we won't have it next year.
And the Christmas music over the intercom. My God, I could not work in a store for that. I'm glad I work in a factory.
Oh god.
That's the one thing that like we don't have that I'm really grateful for. Like, there's no PA system or anything like that. So like I don't have to listen to jingles.
Now I'm wondering how many single black mothers have pointed to the Black Santa and say, "That's Daddy."
But what bugs me is like my local, because like we don't have very many radio stations around here. We've got like a couple of different country stations, like Golden Oldies, top 40 country. We've got top 40 pop music, and then we've got like a classic rock station, and that's where I spend the majority of my time listening to the radio. Is classic rock. But as soon as they have Thanksgiving dinner put away, they start playing the classic rock bands doing Christmas songs. And I do not want to listen to Queen singing about a white Christmas. I don't want to hear U2 singing about, Jingle All the Way. No. And the only thing saving them is the fact that it's a part-time radio station, so they pump that syndicated crap in after like 5 o'clock in the evening, and I sleep till noon. Otherwise, I'd go up there.
No, last year, when they started playing the holiday stuff, they played a cover of the song "Last Christmas" by Wham. by 6 different artists.
Wow.
Within 3 songs of each other. And so, yeah, like 90% of your shift is listening to that song.
Oh, I would stab somebody.
And I talked to our store manager, and I'm like, who is in charge of the music for this thing? And he goes, oh, well, you go through corporate and you can request songs for the holiday. And I go, no one told us that. And he goes, why did you ask? And I go, because whoever made this list needs to be shot.
In a non-vital area, so that way the pain lasts longer.
Yes.
Like just below the kneecap, maybe.
Well, no, like I tried calling into my radio station one time to request a song because, occasionally you want to hear something right now. And so I call them up and like, hey, I'd like to request a song. And I should have known immediately that doesn't happen very often anymore these days. Because that dude's kind of like, which one do you want to hear? And it's that, at the beginning. Like, oh shit, what do I do? And, see, now if they played that on my radio station, Cynic, I probably wouldn't bitch nearly as much.
Yeah, no kidding.
But, so I'm like, all right, Mel, I'd like to hear No Quarter, Led Zeppelin. And I can hear this dude scrambling around trying to find a song. And I'm still thinking like it's the olden days when they had records and everything. No, dude, it's all digital. And this dude comes back after a couple minutes. He's like, yeah, I can't find that one. He's like, you got anything else you want to hear? Maybe. I was like, let's keep it with Led Zeppelin. How about Over the Hills and Far Away? And he finds that one. And it wasn't until I hung up that it clicked in my head. Like, wait a second. Those are two different sides of the same fucking album. How can you find one and not the other? I was so mad. I was gonna call him back, but I had to go to work. I was calling from like the parking lot of my job. I was like, "Yeah, dude, we listen to the radio here, and this is back when I was working in manufacturing." And yeah, so yeah, it was just like I walk in. I was like, and as soon as I go to walk in the building, it clicks. I was like, how do you not what? And that's when someone reminded me, was like, "Yeah, dude, everything's digital now." I was like, then why is he even getting paid? I mean, I could just as easily, type on a keyboard, no quarter, Led Zeppelin, enter.
Yeah, I had a neighbor who worked in radio some years back, and he told me it's all digital. They just subscribe to a service of some sort that's available to radio stations, and it has like playlists, and the station itself can modify them, of course, but they just go with a playlist and press a button and away it goes, and then when it's time to talk, they pause it.
That's why like my favorite song. Every now and then I will call in just to fuck with them. Like when I know that they're there and they're not just pumping out syndicated radio. If I wake up early or if I stay up late enough, depending on the day, I'll call up to the radio station. I'll request Tom Petty's "The Last DJ" just to see if they get the joke. They never do.
When we first got our rock station here, is over in Great Falls. I think it was when, what the hell was that band? That Perry Farrell lead sang for.
Oh shit! Damn it! Jane's Addiction.
Yeah, Jane's Addiction. They had a new album coming out.
See, I never think of Perry. I think of what's his name?
Dave.
Married to Carmen Electra, the guitarist.
Dave, something or other.
Is it Dave Navarro?
Navarro, that's the one. That's the first name that pops into my head when it does actually pop into my head. Thinking of Jane's Addiction.
But it was really funny because like people like, then they want to request a whole bunch of old Jane's Addiction songs. They're like, oh yeah, I love Jane's Addiction, blah blah blah. And so, the DJ finally called and he goes, for anyone who's requesting, X and X albums of Jane's Addiction, we don't have it because you fuckers don't request it enough. He's like, if you guys want to keep listening to these songs, you have to request them. Otherwise, we delete them. Like, they are out of existence. And this is prior to them going digital. He's like, we have singles, and that's it. Like, that's how we do it.
Yeah, like when I found out that they were all like, especially like in my area, like all digital, I was like, man, like because there was a time there that I actually wanted to be a DJ. It's like get paid to play music and talk on, and talk. Yeah, sure, I can do that. Which, by the way, if you haven't already, join our Discord, and you can hear some old Camel radio whenever I get around to it. Mm-hmm. You'll get everything from Aerosmith, Run DMC. Who knows? I think the other night I was playing Ghetto Boys and Sir Mix-a-Lot. Girlfriend just walked in the room. Was like, "What are you listening to?" I was like, damn, it feels good to be a gangsta.
Hey, Shio, how's it going?
Hey, Shio.
And every now and then I'll annoy Johnny by playing mindless self-indulgence. He came in one night. I was like, "Is this the same song?" I was like, "Yes, it is." Keep bitching. I'll play it again.
And I told you I liked it. I did tell you I liked it. All right. Yeah, I'm starting to fade out, so
Yeah, it's almost 2 a.m. here.
we're gonna have to call this one.
I keep telling you, come to Australia. It's only not even 6 p.m.
Yeah, it's heading towards my bedtime too. I gotta go into work and see if they got parts for me to work with tomorrow.
Yeah, I would go to Australia, but everything there wants to kill you. So no.
Wait, hold on. There's a new Breaking Bad show?
Yeah, it's El
Camino.
El Camino.
Camino. Yeah.
Wait, how? But Heisenberg died. How are they?
It takes place after that. It's what's his nuts? The fucking
Aaron Paul?
yeah, Aaron Paul's characters. I think I only seen a clip of him talking.
Yeah, Jesse Pinkman.
Storyline.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that could be fun.
Yep.
I got into Breaking Bad like at the very end, so I had to like binge all the previous seasons to catch up.
I didn't like that show. I mean, I only saw like the first half of the first season before I just decided this isn't for me, and gave up on it.
Well, I just realized, like, like we have a lot of meth heads here, so if they had blue meth, like, shit, we get crazy.
Yeah.
Never watched that show.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Well, I enjoyed it. Terry apparently did not.
No, I did not.
So, I mean, take that for what you will. I mean, he also, wasn't all that crazy about Iron Man either. So,
Yeah,
just saying.
And I got into Sora's bad books the same way Jack Gunsky did by not liking Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and then I also upset it by not liking Firefly. Well, no, I Firefly was good but overrated.
Yeah, I mean, it was all right. It was a decent enough show. I mean, it had a good cast. I liked the cast.
Yeah, it was a good show, but people act as if it's like Saint Joss descended from the heavens and bestowed upon humanity its greatest gift.
The part that made it bad for me was the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Serenity sucked.
It did, but like the show itself was decent. Like,
yeah,
it was not bad by any means. It's just not as fantastic as people make it out to be.
Yeah,
Jack's right. Cult TV generally is overrated.
Very true.
I've always said that if you want to hate something, all you gotta do is ask the fans.
Well, that's what killed Princess Bride for SDA. They hyped it up to such an extent that when she watched it, it's like, look, this is nothing like as good as it was made out to be. And so she ended up hating it because it was built up too much.
See, that's another one, Shio. I haven't seen The Wire, but I am leery of ever trying to sit down and watch it because of how many people have been like, oh, it's so great.
I've never seen it either. But
the thing that made me come to the realization that nothing kills a franchise like the fans was Sons of Anarchy.
Oh my lord, yes.
Because I enjoyed that show because it got the people around me into Shakespeare for the first time ever. Like I had to sneak it past them because it's Hamlet on Harleys. They lay it on pretty thick in the first couple seasons too.
Speaking of Hamlet, guess what game I'm playing? It's it's basically Hamlet meets Groundhog Day. You are playing as Ophelia stuck in a time loop, and Yeah, it's the story of Hamlet, and you go around spreading rumors and changing events, and basically mucking around with the plot of Hamlet.
But
So
but yeah, like the people who were fans of that show killed that show for me because I would walk around, yeah, just in my area, not a vastly populated area, just my area, and I would see people, with T-shirts and hoodies. There was one dude who had a full-on leather jacket with the Sons of Anarchy, top and bottom rockers and the everything else. But instead of California, it said Oklahoma on the bottom rocker. And I was like, oh, ugh. It's like, if I if I didn't mind going back to jail, I'd beat you on principle right now.
it's
But they don't let you smoke in jail anymore, so I ain't going back.
fair enough. That's understandable.
And if
Besides,
I don't get my smokes, and I got to go to jail, I ain't coming back out because someone's catching one right in the neck.
Someone's gonna spend a lot of time in solitary.
jail is boring enough. Christ.
Although I did get a lot of reading done when I was in there. No, the worst part was like they actually had TVs in the jail I was in, and these motherfuckers sitting in jail on the weekend, all they watched was Locked Up.
What?
They're sitting there like watching MSNBC, 10 o'clock at night on a Friday. They flip it over there, and they're just watching other dudes in jail. I got tired of it. I was like, dude, look around. You're living the experience. You don't have to go watch it vicariously through somebody else.
No kidding.
Or is this just you guys trying to figure out, who's got the best digs for, when you step up to the pros and hit the big leagues? But yeah, I think we've managed to run this on long enough since Johnny last said we need to close up.
Yeah.
Trying to stay on a format here. We'll tell you we're gonna close the show 3-4 times.
That's adorable. You said format.
Well, I mean, we got Indians.com, we've got IMDb. We say we're gonna, stop talking, and then we don't.
The only thing we haven't done is invite James Woods.
That's true.
Yeah, I told you, man, you gotta Shawshank that, man. You gotta write him a letter a day.
Well,
he's not on the Twitters anymore.
Yeah, we need to find out how to get to him.
I'm sure he's got an agent or something.
Well, the agent that he had dumped him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. There's got to be a P.O. box or something.
Just write James Woods on an envelope and hope for the best.
Hey, Shia, what do you get when you cross an elephant with a rhino?
A joke I heard in first grade.
Well, it's the same with the Lickalotopus. I heard that one in like seconds, so come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right.
Said there needs to be more objectifying women. Well, that's what the link I posted in chat is for.
That was indeed objectifying women. Approved.
Oh, very approved.
That was very nice. Thank you so much, De La Haze.
Well, thank Raina.
It was very scientific camera going there.
Yeah. I was I'm not gonna lie. I spent about 10 minutes being distracted by that video.
I'm sorry. Did you say something?
I don't know. I'm still distracted. Am I still talking?
Well, all right. Yeah, thanks, Kyler, for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks, Terry and Dale Hayes for coming in.
No worries.
Pleasure.
And yeah, we will see you guys.
Oh, I see how it is. Don't even say thanks to me. Okay.
You know what? That's for ruining the your introduction. That's it.
Oh.
And I guess we can thank Hey Camel for joining us as well.
Oh no, I don't need
Even though he's here every other time.
You keep sending me links.
This display courtesy of the Three Moisketeers.
All right. Yeah. You guys have a good night.
See you, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good one, folks.